Hello everyone, today I would like to talk with you about brain spotting, the new therapy from US. I discovered by chance brain spotting by searching something on Google, and I decided to be trained 3 years ago. I am a psychiatrist in France, in Paris, and I have been trained in psychoanalysis, CBT, EMDR, sensory-motor psychotherapy, somatic experiencing, and in the big way, mindfulness in psychotherapy. I have been trained in brain spotting 3 years ago, and now I know very well David Grant. I have been trained by him. I got some personal session with him, and I can talk about how is brain spotting for me. Brain spotting is a really wonderful therapy. EMDR was already fantastic, sensory-motor psychotherapy too. But brain spotting is really different because it's so easy for me to use with my client. It's so easy for the client too. There is no protocol, it's only technique we can use in trauma, in developmental trauma, in complex trauma. When I start to practice brain spotting with my patient, I was a little bit skeptical, but I changed my mind very fast because my client told me, wow, doctor, it's great, brain spotting is unbelievable. I can access to my past very fastly, and I can go very deeply in my past without doing anything, without wanting anything. In brain spotting we use mindful state with one spot. That means when you are looking somewhere, you do not feel the same emotion about trauma, about issue. For example, if I look at there, maybe I could not feel the same emotion if I look at there. In brain spotting we find a spot for the client about issue or trauma, and where we find the spot we process trauma very easily. The client is invited to be in a mindful state, and he stays in this state waiting what happens in his mind. When I started brain spotting, I told you I was a little bit skeptical because I practice EMDR since now 14 years, and in EMDR we use bilateral stimulation, eye movement, or bilateral stimulation by touching, or we can use machine. And I was skeptical to think, wow, we can change something only by fixing one spot. My mind already changed by sensory-motor psychotherapy because during a session of this therapy we invite the patient to be really mindful what happens in the body about the emotion. In brain spotting it's the same, but we use one spot. But it's mainly mindful state who help the patient to reprocess trauma. Brain spotting is really new therapy. David Grant is still developing the technique. Sometimes he changes something, but it's always for improving the brain spotting. So I invite you to discover brain spotting on YouTube. You can write David Grant, he will explain you how it works, but I wanted to share with you my experience as a psychiatrist about brain spotting and this wonderful therapy. For me today in 2016, if you need therapy, you need to get EMDR or sensory-motor psychotherapy, but today I can say if you can do brain spotting for your issue, you should try, because it's really wonderful, and you will be convinced. Thank you very much for your attention. Next time I will talk with you about mindfulness in brain spotting.